And this is the Vinyl Spinner Show. I'm Seattle Radio's DJ Johnny K, here with Guitar Girl Celeste.
Hey.
I'm so sorry that I yelled earlier, but I wasn't yelling at you.
It's okay.
Okay. Because you know what, it's gonna haunt me for at least 2.5 more hours. So hey, because we have so many new listeners, I have to explain a little bit what's going on here as we go along here. So we used to rant. I used to rant all the time. But now I don't rant anymore, I discuss. So we're going to discuss the Lingerie Football League, which I'm so stoked for the Lingerie Football League. I've always been promoting them on this show, and why should I not? They're athletic, they're women, they're empowered, they can wear wherever the heck they want to, they're playing a sport. And everybody should respect that. Now, the news, again, because I know you don't listen to the news, you listen to the show once a week to get all the news you need to know. So, Abbotsford is going to be home to a BC lingerie football team. And have you heard about this,
Yeah.
Guitar Girl Celeste? Do you know what the two names might possibly be?
What?
It's between the BC Brazen or the BC Angels. And you know how I am about angels. So I'm going for Angels. I want it to be the BC Angels because nothing is more angelic than watching a lady fit, wearing lingerie, playing football, tackling other women, bruising them up. Nothing is more angelic than that. Okay, maybe there are a few angelic things, but that's quite angelic as far as I'm concerned. Now, I hear things, I check things out, and Abbotsford has been known for having certain values. Even though we have more murders than most places, we have certain values that we abide by. And, so, oh, that's so offensive, and oh, look at what they're wearing, they're hardly wearing anything. And I'm thinking, well, some of you people, instead of complaining about a professional sports team for which people pay to see at a venue that you don't have to go and see, why don't you guys do something about some of your elementary school girls? You ever see how some of the elementary school kids dress to go to school?
Pretty outrageous.
They're wearing their stiletto heels, they're wearing mini skirts, and they're all dolled up in their makeup to go to freaking elementary school. And you're worried about this lingerie football league that's suitable for adults, that adults go to watch, that adults are playing. It's consensual. They've consented, and this really brings down the women's movement, and like people are going to disrespect women. No, these women want to dress like that.
Yeah.
And then see, it's a good thing I make notes, so I don't have to think too hard when I talk. So okay, let's look at some other sports. We have a roller derby league. I know some people were up in arms about that. They're not going to be up in arms about that anymore because we have the lingerie football league now. But nothing really bad happened with the roller derby girls. In fact, they've been on this show many times. I didn't go and start.
We should get the lingerie football league here.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Station manager Aaron, I want the lingerie football league girls on this show. With the roller derby chicks. Oh yeah, because one day when we this was way before you came, I did a show where we tried to see how many roller derby chicks we could fit in this studio. I think about 10 or so showed up. We could have fit more, but now if we get the lingerie football league chicks here too, oh yeah, it'll be really cool. Unfortunately, I'll be the only guy. I'll feel so out of place and so. Okay, now let's move on here. What about these track and field chicks? Oh, and the guys, for that matter. What, you don't think they dress to impress? You think wearing like a really skimpy Speedo on the track really is necessary to run that much faster?
Maybe.
No, it's necessary to show off your butt, which looks really nice if you're a guy or a girl on the track. Show off your glutes.
Totally.
Yeah, and you know, like, they're wearing freaking bikini tops. I'm surprised the guys aren't allowed to go topless. If they were, I bet some would.
Are they not?
No, not in track and field. They are allowed to go topless in the swimming events. Yeah.
Why are all these clothing rules around? Why does it matter? You're born naked.
That's right. We're born naked. And hey, let's talk about tennis. Do you ever watch women's tennis? I do once in a while if I'm just sitting around eating lunch. That's the only time I watch TV, if I'm eating and there's a TV there. But man, do you see some of these female tennis players?
Oh yeah.
You think the Williams sisters? You think they're like, oh, I gotta wear a long skirt so like nobody can see my butt? No, they're like, oh, I'm gonna wear the shortest skirt I can freaking find.
Because they've got Amazon women thighs.
Yeah, and they look really good. Nobody says anything about that. Do you ever see some of these camera angles? They're about to serve the ball. We don't really need an upward angle toward the woman's butt, and then she like bends down to like get the ball and serve it, whatever. What, you don't think that is something that's like, oh, perhaps offensive, like lingerie football players? What about when they play?
I think they like amplify that noise too.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah, definitely. It's like, and then it's like, oh, here comes the lob. Oh, yes. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating.
No.
I just can't do it as well as the women do, cause I don't fake it. That's why. But hey, we also have pro wrestling. You know, there's scantily clad women in pro wrestling. They come to town. Here's another argument. Oh, yeah, men are going to go and see this lingerie football. They're going to see these women all scantily clad playing football. Then they're going to go home and abuse their wives. Oh, yeah, so I'm sure every time men go to see pro wrestling with women fighting in it, oh, yeah, they're like, I'm going to go home and pile drive my wife into the kitchen sink. Until she finishes washing the dishes, you know? No!
It's a fairly unfounded claim.
It is. But people always have to complain about something. Here's what I think. I think that at least some of the people who are really angry about things like this are people who wish that maybe they could be athletic. Maybe they wish they were proud of themselves. Maybe they wish they could go in public and exhibit how athletic they are. But they can't. They just sit around and look for things to whine and complain about. Okay, well, to be fair, see, I wrote a note. It says, Johnny, make sure that you're fair. So I'm going to focus on men a little more. Men aren't much better in these things. Look at okay, let's go back to fighting, like UFC. Okay, people are opposed to that because there's also the claim, yeah, men go to watch UFC fighting and then they think that their testosterone levels go up, and then they see people fighting in a cage, and then they get into their SUVs, and because they don't have any balls, they go and punch other people. It's like, you know, like, I don't know the stats. I don't really think anybody knows the stats, but really, I don't hear about like mass killings after a UFC match. Okay? What about Dancing with the Stars? See how some of the men dress in Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah.
You know? They dress like freaking chotches. But why do they dress like that? Because they want to show off their boobies. And their six packs. I'm a dancer. Yeah. But you're dressing scantily, as scantily as you can, flamboyantly, because you want people to watch you a little more carefully. What about skating? Figure skating. Men and women's figure skating. Look at some of the things they're wearing on figure skating. That's not that much better than lingerie football league attire. Like, really, like, And why do some men watch figure skating? I don't think men tune into figure skating and say, oh, like that was so technically superb. Some people do, yes, they do. But I'm sure a few more men, and women for that matter, watch men's or women's or pairs figure skating because they like watching these sexy people skate on the ice.
That is beautiful. It's like dancing.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful. But lingerie football is beautiful too. I'm just saying that you shouldn't be all up in arms about the fact that women are not wearing many clothes and playing lingerie football. That's all I'm saying. Did you want to add anything? No?
I think that those girls should just play ball. There needs to be more women in sports.
Yeah.
And just because women can look really hot playing sports doesn't mean that it's bad.
That's right. That's right, all you people who don't look that good and don't play sports. So, hey, there's a bus driver that I sometimes refer to as an angel, because he is an angel. Not a lingerie football league angel, just an angel in general. Because I'm all about angels. I have angels in my life that make my life better. And I was talking to him was it yesterday? Or was it the day before? This week I was chatting with him, and he told me that he liked classic rock. And I said, well, hey, I just found a copy of this Van Morrison LP with Jackie Wilson said on it, because all these years I never really went out of my way to try to find it, but I kept my eyes open, and I always said, if I ever come across a Van Morrison LP with Jackie Wilson said on it, I'm gonna buy it. And I did. It happened this week, Sunday. In fact, I have a story that I will tell you later on. But for now, I'm gonna play Jackie Wilson Said by Van Morrison. Here we go.